Right, first of all, how's the tour going, guys?
Well, very good. I mean, it's been the UK leg, and it's been amazing for us. You know, we did the Hammerfest, awesome festival, and yeah, couldn't be happier.
Right, now it's not first time you've toured with El Nino, third time, isn't it?
No, second. Oh yeah,
second.
First time was around 2003, I guess. Yeah, it was a European long tour in 2006, and this is the first time. Yeah.
Oh, cool. What are they like to tour like?
Oh, just friends with them. You know, like we become really friends with them because they speak Spanish as well, like us. We're from Gibraltar, and so we've got the common language. So it's very easy to make friends.
Cool. Now, as you said, you just played Hamfest this weekend. How was it, like, compared to other festivals even?
It was great. I mean, it was possibly one of the highest points through the UK leg so far.
Oh, really?
Background people singing along, and then it was a great welcome. You know, sort of not surprised, but you know, it was just like it felt so. We had also
it was a big festival.
Like, beautiful sign.
We managed to see Accept.
Oh, that must have been amazing. Fair play.
They're really good.
Did they play Balls to the Wall?
Yeah, they did.
Of course they did.
I'll say no one would watch it otherwise. What are the digs like at the Hammerfest?
Sorry?
Like the chalets and all that. Did you get
amazing. They were good, man. We had our own chalet thing.
Had 3 showers on one day.
Nice. Get them where you can. Did you get to break into the ball pool?
No.
Or was that all closed off?
No, I did. It was open, I think, but it's so busy that day. You know, we were doing interviews and then setting up. So.
Fair dues. Right, now I'm going to hit a sore spot here. You were saying earlier about when your equipment got nicked. Obviously, it's going to be a setback for any band. How did it affect you in particular? Did you find it difficult to bounce back?
It's devastated us. I mean, it was nearly at the end of a British tour we were doing. And we actually lost everything, so it was a kind of feeling of like, oh my God, what are we going to do? But we were very lucky, and there was very good people around there, like ESP, the guitars, Yamaha, and there's lots of companies that helped us, and gave us some stuff, you know.
I'll say, what were your reactions when didn't your drummer break the foot with the rental equipment as well?
The luck was running out from day to day. We thought like, how can it get worse than this, you know?
Yeah, man, it was one of those.
Fair dues, such as life, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
You've got to just soldier on, and whatever life throws to you, just take it and do what you have to do.
Good stuff. Right, now looking to music as in itself, there's always the obvious the Spanish vibe about it. You did an album of purely Spanish songs. Did you?
Yeah, we did.
It was sort of a compilation though. It wasn't like a proper album. Studio album was just
well, some of the songs like Horatio and Final, wasn't that pretty much all Spanish to start with?
Yeah, but it was already been released, I guess.
Yeah, no, it was
half and half, that
we
one.
already had like some Spanish versions, and we were gonna we toured Mexico with a Spanish band called Mago de Oz. It was a big tour, so like we wanted a Latin release, and the best way to present the band was like having like a compilation of our works, you know, like but sung in Spanish.
Cool. Do you find it easy to write in Spanish or English, or does it kind of go hand in hand?
The same for us, because well, these guys,
we're bilingual.
They are bilingual. I had to learn my English better than these guys. I had to work a bit harder, but it's first natural for us, you know, to speak both languages. I mean, we cross them constantly when on tour or at home. Just like, so it's quite natural for us to do that.
Nice. Now, I can literally think of you, El Nino and Brugiera partially about bands that sing in Spanish. Is there any you would recommend for anyone a bit curious about it?
Well, there's loads around Spain. There's many. There's a band called Hamlet, which is from Madrid, really good band. And there's bands out there that are doing the thing. The thing is, maybe they live in Spain or they're from South America and they haven't got the facility to travel to England, for example.
Oh, cool. Right. Now, looking at music and all that, it's like predominantly a rock, like heavy metal sound you've got, like obviously the Spanish influences, but it's never anything like it's nothing like it's all bits of thrash in there, there's a bit of heavy metal, a bit of progressive metal, even if you listen into it. Like it's all over the house in terms of your spirit. Do you think of any genre in mind when you write your music, or does it just whatever comes naturally?
Sometimes it's just what comes natural. Sometimes you have a clear idea of what you want to do with that song. And what we really pay attention is the one thing that we really work hard on is not to repeat ourselves on any album. If you look at all of our works, everyone is a sort of an evolution of the last one. So that it's a bit of the heart, but it's as well a bit of the mind. So you have to think about things sometimes. So.
Oh, badass. Now, right, a really stock question here. What are your musical influences?
I mean, we have a very big variety, like from the usual Black Sabbath, Priest, Maiden, to we like flamenco, like Paco de Lucia, Camarón de la Isla. There's loads of different things that we've always like inspired ourselves with.
Extreme stuff as well. Sometimes like progressive, but I really like Slave. So it's a great mix that we have.
Yeah, it's a mishmash of things.
Any chance of releasing black metal anytime soon, or any enslaved material going on, or is that just like maybe when you got a free moment one day?
I'm dying to go and see them live. I haven't had a chance, and they cancelled last tour that we were doing over here for I don't know what reason. And it happens that by the time they're gonna get back here, I think we are on tour. So it's gonna be like the second time I miss them. So hopefully in the future.
Oh, cool. Well, never say never. Like, well, it's been a few years. 2009, Insects came out, right?
Yeah, technically.
I think it's summer 2000.
In Europe it came later. It came out in the
UK at the end.
In the fall of 2010. So like we're still touring Insects in Europe.
Oh, cool. How do you think the feedback's been for it? Has it been mostly positive, or like?
It's been really good because when we launched the album, it was our own release. So we were getting new territories. We're musicians, but we needed to even had our record company. But then we were really lucky, licensed the product to Eagle, and Eagle took it in Europe.
Oh, cool. What's your relationship with your record label? I think it's Albert that handles everything.
We're not with them now for a couple of years now.
Oh, sorry. Lack of research.
They closed their
premises.
Did they? Their operations here in England.
Oh no, bad times.
Yeah, bad times for record labels and for all.
What do you think the state of the music industry is these days? Do you have any particular spin on it, or you
It's
just
changed completely? It's nothing to do with the way it was when we started the band. I mean, nowadays it's more self-produced, more like the band members have more involvement in the whole thing, the whole project. Sometimes managing, sometimes recording, sometimes promoting, pretty much everything. And the internet is a huge tool that you have to use nowadays.
The internet has been good and bad. Bad in the sense that it's like taking a lot of sales of records. Everybody can see. You don't even have like a record shops in the UK anymore. Like
you have a few.
HMV left and it's closing.
It's closing down.
It's it's very easy to download things on the internet for free. But I'm all about for people to hear the music, but people have to understand that without selling records you cannot continue because touring, making albums, all that costs money, and we're not millionaires. If I win the lottery, I'll be okay.
No, you never know. Do you find it more liberating being like having to take on more responsibilities yourself, or do you find it a bit of a ball ache having to deal with like almost everything now? Where
it's part of the gamble. You cannot avoid that. I mean, any musician that thinks that alright, I'm here, I just want to play this, I just want to write music, I don't care about the rest. Wrong, you won't make it. Nowadays, you won't make it.
You gotta be on the ball.
You have to be on the case 100%. It's a 24/7.
Almost like a full-time job, really.
It is. Sometimes pays well, sometimes it doesn't. But you have to take it like that. I mean, put all your energy on that and work from. If you're starting a band right from the beginning, if you are, keeping going, just don't lose any momentum at all. Just be wise and just try to catch the attention when needed.
Do you ever consider selling out for a full-time job, or are you married to a full-time touring schedule?
Well, we have to balance both because you don't make that much money, but we do this. This is the most important thing in our lives, so we take very great care and great work put into this project.
Sometimes we have to, when we chill out and there's plenty of space of time, it's where we do like guitar lessons, we do something that obviously helps pay the bills, something like that.
I was going to say, you're on the road quite a few months every year. How do you think that affects your back home? Do you get to see a lot of your family still, or is the band your family?
We moved to London. We live in London. So I try to see as much of my family I can, but it's difficult.
3 times a year, for 1 week or something like that. I always fly to Barcelona.
Once a year.
But sometimes it's
better than I visit my parents. I only try and visit them twice every year. I only live down 3 hours away as well. Right, some more light-hearted questions. When on tour, what do you eat? Are you healthy eaters, or do you just eat whatever's nearest?
I try to be healthy. I try to go for the fish thing, the salmon particularly, which I love, but sometimes it's just out of control.
If I get a hangover, I'll probably go for an English breakfast.
No.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Fair enough. What thing can't you go without on tour? Like one thing if you
The most important thing I think will be water. And everybody will tell me, yeah, but it's water.
Water, absolutely.
It's very important that you stay as much healthy as you can, because tours are a very grueling experience, and after 3 weeks on the road, it takes its toll.
Keep sweating on stage. You do need water.
And you get headachy, like I guess dehydrated and all that.
Exactly, you can have that. Actually, it happens. You know, it's just like people don't realize that possibly keep on moving and head banging for like 40 minutes, 1 hour. And you end up like with your vest completely sweat, you've already lost 2 kilos or whatever. If you compensate that with alcohol, it's going to dehydrate you more. So you're really good. Once you finish, go for the beer.
Fair dues. Do you drink much on tour, or is it try and keep yourself healthy?
Sometimes, like yesterday I didn't drink a drop of alcohol.
Really?
Before in the Hammerfest, I got hammered. So yeah, one day yes, one day no, you know, like.
We try to keep it under control. Well, I'm sure we don't try. We keep it under control. I mean, all of us we like our drinks sometimes, but we never get to. But I mean, when always sober when on stage. After some time, you just let it go a bit more. Never getting completely random wasted.
So, do you have any drunken tales that you dare to tell, or what state goes on?
So many X-rated things. So.
I'll keep it PG. But is there anything particularly comes to mind, or?
No, in this tour.
Germany, not this tour. No, that's true. But in Germany, we had that for my birthday. We had this. It was Berlin. And we did really well that night, and across the street there was this bar, and a Spanish woman was running the bar. Everyone was smoking, I was partying, and she started to do these shots, and it was sort of Tabasco mixed with vodka, mixed with whiskey, and some sort of pepper, and I had like 10 shots of that shit.
Oh, is that?
And my stomach went like wham, upside down completely. It was I can't remember the name though.
Oh.
Hello. You guys got a concert tonight?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it.
Oh no, that's alright. I can edit it out later.
I have a picture with them.
It's kind of recording at the moment.
We're doing interview, but if you stay here just like for
I'll get
2 more questions. Okay,
yeah, sure, I won't keep. Go. Oh well, so fair, I suppose we should wrap it up actually, it's not keeping waiting. Right, 2007, what's your plans for the rest of the year? 2000, wait, what did I say? 2011. What's your plans for the rest of the year?
Well, we actually finishing this tour in Europe, finishing Germany. Then we come back and we're writing. We're really intense writing for the new album. And we've got a couple of festivals coming up, you know, for the summer. So yeah, it'll be like doing an album in between festivals, and then in the I think about September, October, we'll want to do our own European tour, headlining or something. That's the idea.
That's the idea for the.
Cool. Looking at summer festivals, what's your favourite festival to play? You played a fair few. Download.
Yeah, I love Download, man.
Download is really good.
I love Download. I also love.
Backend was really good.
Oh,
Full Sports was great.
Yeah, we've done many festivals.
The one that I haven't done is the Hellfest, though. I'm dying to do the Hellfest.
I say Hellfest is one of those years, like every year, it's never a bad lineup, there's always something that
It's
appeals.
always good, man. And I'm even considering to go there as an audience.
I went there to the front.
I'll say, what year did you play Wacken? I went in 2008, I did.
No,
it
we
just,
played it a while ago. It was
2004, possibly?
4 or 5.
4 or 5, around the time that I got released.
Slayer was playing the same day.
I'll say Wacken is just such an excellent vibe, isn't it? Festivals.
So doesn't metal, man. You won't get any more metal than that.
Yeah. Well, I saw Downloads. I went last year, and it's a completely different vibe, even from 2007. But ever since, like going to Wacken and Bloodstock and all that, I don't want to go to any other festival now. Like kicks the ass off Download. It's just full of aging rockers, pretty much, like prancing around, pretending they're still relevant. Anyway, I blabber on. Thanks very much, guys. Enjoy the show tonight.